blow my own horn. Horn. I've always said that as an artist and creative, I've wanted to play with the big boys. And what I mean by that is that I want to have a studio practice. I want to have a team that work together and collaborate to realise ideas that I have. And I have so many ideas that are unrealised or that I've not been able to make. That's usually because people won't commission them, because they're seen as too out there. They're too risky for organisations who are afraid of portraying certain themes. And also, I think because I'm who I am, I'm a woman, and I want to make artwork about lots of things, but mostly unladylike things. And it was like the tone, the duration, the texture. They were just perfect. And at the time, I was studying musical composition and there were no female composers on the curriculum. And we were told that all the best composers were men. We weren't told why. And I thought, if I can recreate a piece of music using sounds from a female's bum. Saying I want to play with the big boys is an interesting statement, because I've always been made to feel that I shouldn't want that. Like it's wrong for me to be ambitious and be so focused and be so determined to get what I want. And I've always been determined to get what I want as a creative. When people say no, I push harder. It kind of inspires me to want to do it and to not really care what other people think. But also I've always wondered why do some artists, why are a lot of studio practices owned by men? There are ones owned by women. Yes, there are, but there are more by men. Is it because men are not discouraged from having big dreams and aims? Some of the things people have said about me that they definitely wouldn't have said about me if I was a man are quite surprising. And I suppose what's led me to this mini rant is that my Jess who works with me, she's an assistant artist for me. She did some research this morning because we thought if I get a list together of YouTubers that are all doing similar things to me, it will really be useful and interesting. And there's very few women in sound on YouTube that are having a channel. And we find videos of sound artists that are women, but they're usually on other YouTube channels. They're like features on the Tate Modern website, for example. And maybe I'm wrong and there's loads. And if there is, please put them in the comments because I want to follow them. But there is so many more men doing what I do. And I find it really fascinating and really challenging and scary to say that we are still very much in a sexist society. And I'm working in a very unequal work environment. I just feel like we're so much more willing to celebrate men. We're so much more comfortable to champion men. Being working class and growing up thinking that I am not the sort of person who art is for. Like art isn't for, I used to say that art isn't for people like me. And I used to go to museums and run through them and just to get to the gift shop to buy a rubber. That's the kind of cultural view I had of the art world. And being working class, it does feel harder. It's not stopped me from playing with the big boys. I've had some big commissions where I've exhibited alongside people like Anthony Gormley. And I've done all of that with very limited resources. And I was once advised by a curator that because of who I am, I have to be twice as good as everyone else, which is just having to literally claw your way into opportunities and then have to be twice as good as the people that are that have had a more supported, financially wealthy background than you. But I also have this kind of outlook that I can have what I want if I never give up. And I work myself into the ground. When I had my old YouTube channel, it was called The Starving Soprano. The most views I got on my videos were when I was being sexually suggestive.
Never take
when I was being entirely serious, I didn't get very many at all. And I used to think that it was wrong to like do video blogs about my life. And I did a video called The Big YouTube Debate, and it had a lot of people were replying and making films. And I deleted my YouTube account, and I had so many followers, and I deleted it because my ex-husband didn't like it. He said he thought it was narcissistic to share my life in this way. And I now think it's not narcissistic at all. I think it's an essential part of being creative, and it's important to show people what you do. And I really enjoy the process of doing it because it's like giving me a chance to reflect on my work and to share my work with people. I've been trying to think about continuing my videos post this road trip and between other road trips and sharing what I do, because I do think my work's really interesting. I've dedicated my work to all the lifts and elevators of planet Earth. Am I in a losing battle? You know, in a YouTube full of men in sound. Where are the women? Where are the women? I'm going to do my videos. I'm going to carry on doing my videos. I'm going to do them about me trying to make it with the big boys. I'm in a position in my career where I've had some good commissions that have enabled me to get where I am. I have a decent reputation as an artist, but I'm also not proud of the work I've been producing for the last few years. Some of it I am, but often not. And I'm fed up of the grind of applying for commission after commission. Despite where I am in my career, this year, I've had 66 consecutive rejections. And mean-spirited people would say, well, that's because you're not good enough. And that absolutely is not what it is. It's the market. It's the opportunities available to artists. It's what it is. And I am no longer flavour of the month where I get everything going. I am struggling. And so I've taken a huge risk. And I'm going to document my life as I navigate that risk and navigate trying to find my own artistic voice in a male-dominated field that doesn't rely on commissioners, that doesn't rely on risk-averse organisations telling me, no, we can't do your idea. It's too big, it's too bold, it's too magical, it's not realistic enough. I'm going to try and do it on my own, and that is why I'm taking to YouTube. I want your help. I want you to follow me and help me make it, and I will share my life with you. I have such good ideas, and I believe in them, and I absolutely know that they're good. And it's okay to say that. You certainly wouldn't discredit a man saying it, would you?
What you want, Sid?
If you're a woman who's interested in women who are big boss women, I'm your woman. I've achieved a lot, and I know how to navigate the art world, and I'm in a position where I don't want to rely on it anymore. And I'm taking big risks, and I am a fairly set-up woman. I'm not wealthy. I'm not a wealthy woman, but I am fairly set up in that I've got a decent, organised life and good jobs and good friends and a good partner. So if you want to follow me for a bit of inspiration, you're not going to meet a woman who has more audacity than I do and more courage of conviction. So yeah, please subscribe, support me. And I'm gonna share it with you. It's never quite enough. I kind of wish I'd had a shower this morning. Does my hair look adorable?
Fabulous, darling.
Okay.
That has helped a bit, actually.
This is my very first podcast. I've invited my amazing friend, Kate Lindvere, who is fabulous, and we've worked together for a lot of years.
To sit on the floor by himself. He's just a baby. He's a baby. He's just a baby.
good day in the studio today, and so far everybody that is going to be in the building with me is here, and it's just a lovely vibe all round. There's lots going on. And what are you doing, Sam?
I'm doing some amazing work. Yeah.
Yeah? Vicky's having a nice cup of tea. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Sid Vicious having a little stroll. Jess, what are you up to, Jess?
Admin.
Admin. Got a bit of parabolic action. We've got a bit of radiator action.
I'm doing some amazing work.
Sam's doing some amazing work. We've got work going on. We've had a new roof on this side. We've
Sid's got a tiny...
Thanks, Sam. We've got lots of tools. We've got a door here. This wasn't here before. This door, which now separates us from Vicky, but we don't want to be separated really, Vicky. This is Vicky's area. It's panning out very nicely. Be a lovely studio spot. Isn't that fab? There's some of my horny horns from my listening desk. And there's just all this space. It's coming along. It's gradually coming along. Look at my door. So I'm really happy with it so far. And coming up with schemes to try and get my work all going, all my own projects going.
I'm doing some amazing work.
What was that, Sam?
I'm doing some amazing work.
I'm going to put a sofa here, potentially with Vicky's fabric. And then we can have like a table and we can sit there and have cups of tea.
Have a little library.
Yeah, I would like a library.
Yeah. Little art book library.
Yeah. I rented out my house again to get a bit of cash for the studio to pay for a window, and yeah, it's been all right. We're just chilling out in the van watching Werner Herzog films all weekend. A few things seem to be coming together a bit more this week, so I've got people coming to look at the space with a view to taking it, which would be amazing. And I'm getting lots of pottery experts to come and have a look as well at the kiln. Okay, yeah, I mean, just kiln, isn't it? The whole facility really, with a view to setting up a kiln if the one that I've got isn't the right kind. At the moment, I think it was used for removing wax from moulds. So for drying as well, for drying out during the casting process. So yeah. Certainly couldn't use it as a pottery kiln.